All right. This is the Tell Me About It podcast. I'm Stella Graham. This is where I get to talk to people who know some stuff, because to be honest, I'm not as bright as I used to think I was. I used to think I was pretty hot shit. Turns out I'm not. So I need to have conversations. Otherwise, I'll spend all day reading stuff on Wikipedia and not really retaining any of it. Now, my guest today is the fabulous Ali Woods. Hello, mate.
Hello, Stella. Thank you so much for having me on. It's an absolute delight to come on, Tell Me About It, and throw down what limited knowledge I may have.
Well, then we're going to be the blind leading the blind or the dumb leading the dumb. But in case you don't know Ali, he's a wicked stand-up. I normally run into him at gigs all over the place, but more recently, you've been popping up on Instagram, TikTok, and stuff like that with some short sketches. So I need
Big deal.
knowledge, Ali.
Huge deal.
Tell me about short sketches.
Oh, what? I've got lots to say. Look, okay. I know this is the Tell Me About It podcast, and you're supposed to talk about stuff you're super knowledgeable about. I will caveat this by saying I don't mean to be. I'm by no means a master.
No caveats. Cut to the cheese, mate, Ali. There's not room for two dumbasses on this podcast. I am the one and only. So said Chesney. Okay, what's his face?
So, Stella, have you tried this new format of comedy, the short form video sketch? Have you tried it yourself?
I have not really tried. I did like one short one. I did a thing with a kettlebell. Still on YouTube, people. If you haven't seen it, you're missing out on life. But certainly I haven't been drilling it like you have, because I see you quite a lot on Instagram.
Yeah.
Doing
quantity over quality. That's always my motto. I think that drilling is the right word, because it's quite loud and annoying. But firstly, I welcome back after I'm sure you've just checked out Stella's kettlebell sketch. So thank you for coming back. And then once you've done that, so yeah, this is. Look, there's a lot of evolutions of comedy happening and have happened. I think that this lockdown has obviously forced comedians like ourselves to do random stuff, like do online videos that we've never done before, do podcasts that we've never done before, because we, as you know, are good people who want to bring laughter to the world. But most importantly, we do like the sound of our own voices.
I was going to say, Ali, like you're giving it all this icing, but really we are attention seekers.
Exactly. We need laughter. We need applause. We need people to come up and go, that was really funny. And we've not been getting it. So we need other stuff. I was skeptical about doing TikTok videos, like any self-respecting adult would be.
I have to say, like when I first started looking at TikTok, and I know a lot of people will say this, you know, I saw a lot of people dancing around their mansions and diving in their pool, and I was like, well, that's me out. I don't have a
and they're all like 15 years old as well. They're all no wrinkles. They look amazing, and they're just.
I mean, that was me dances. But thanks, Ali. I was just.
Oh, was that? Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about young people. But I'm going to get booted off the podcast, but
not at all. No, 15-year-olds, man, they got Botox early.
it was. Well, they built the mansions to afford it. So, look, I was skeptical about all that. I got to the point, which I did longer sketches online, which was good. Yeah, it's a good way to express your creativity and to feel like you're being productive, even though you're sat at home doing nothing really. Then I talked to a couple comedian friends who were like, TikTok, you got to get on it, man. Stuff blows up on there. I was like, yeah, sure. Of course it blows up if you're not doing real comedy. If you're just going, oh, British people will be like, oh, can I have some more tea? 100 million likes or whatever. I'm like, I'm not going to degrade myself.
Sure.
To do that.
I'm not going to degrade myself to 100 million likes. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. I don't need to do that, man. I'm an artist. I'll happily play to 3 people every day at the Edinburgh Fringe, as a real comedian does.
We're in it for the art.
Yeah, exactly. If I was in this for money and happiness, I wouldn't be in comedy at all. No. So, but look, I was skeptical anyway. And then Instagram came out with this new platform called Instagram Reels in an effort to take eyeballs from TikTok.
Hold on. Now, I'm the thick person here. So just for anyone else listening or watching who might be as thick as me, when you say reels, you don't mean like full reels, right? You mean real. Instagram kind of went, ooh, we like what's going on over in TikTok land. So tell me, what's Instagram Reels real quick?
I I always keep it real. Don't worry about that. B,
Of course.
it is. So if you've never been on TikTok, and you probably will have seen a video on some sort of social media platform you use before, what makes it great is it's innovative. It's really fun and engaging for people, especially young people. It seems, because it's loads of music, it's quick cuts, there's lots of effects, very short videos. The videos are normally 15 seconds, 30, sometimes they're a minute, but a minute is the maximum. It's all in portrait. You just watch it on your phone, really easy to do it. Instagram before has had a normal video format, which is up to a minute, or it's had IGTV, which is longer than a minute, I think up to 15 minutes. And if you've got a huge following, then they allow you to basically do as long as you want.
Right.
But that was for longer. That basically was trying to take on YouTube, as far as I'm aware.
Right.
But then they introduced this format called Reels, REELS, which was all
Thank
in
you for the
portrait.
spelling.
Well, but Reels, it's not REALS. It's not the for Reels. It's
I know.
Oh, 1 minute it's I'm dumb, and the next minute it's don't you dare patronize me.
Play along, come on.
Let's see how it is. Let's see how it is now. So they introduced this to take on TikTok. It was all in portrait. It's with music. It's got effects on it, and it's they're encouraging you to put words. People don't even want to hear your voice anymore. That's too much effort.
Story of my life, Ali, as we put out this podcast.
Yeah, that's the first ever podcast thing. You hate your voice, but they want you to put words and your captions on everything, and that's what
that's
they
one
do.
thing I would say that's key that I've noticed with your videos is that quite often there's a lot of text on the screen, so people are just not putting headphones in. I guess they just don't want to hear your voice, Ali. Is that what I'm getting?
They don't want to hear their voice, but also I think, again, I have not had a meeting with anyone in the Instagram Reels for Reels department on the analytics side, but I think also people now, they just want to know exactly what the video is going to be about before they've even consumed like 1 second of it. They want to read that feeling when you flip a pancake or something ridiculous, and they're like, let me give this a shot. I
mean, I kind of get it in a way, because it's like, how much of my time am I going to invest watching this before I find out what it's all about? Whereas if there's something on the front, like how to find out if she's going to put out on the first date, click. I gather some people are going to click on that.
This is it. It's titling. Even though these videos are 15 seconds, you've got to give it a title, because people want to know immediately what it's about. And I think that as search engine optimization has become more of a thing, then people just want to know specific people people who have a Latino heritage might just want to watch Latino jokes, like, that's
you out then, isn't it, mate?
So that's why I do Latino jokes.
You're following in the Latino community.
100%. Big old. Do you know what? On a side note, my following in big inverted quotes. I've only got like 20 odd thousand on Instagram.
I've only got 20,000. Yeah, that's about 20,000 more than me, Ali.
Well, look, hey, these things are great until you get there, and then you're like, I've only got 20,000. This person's got 50,000, and then this person's got 100,000.
Isn't it?
Classic. You go on. You know what it's like, Stella. We've all been there. You go on to do a gig. You have a great one. You smash it. You come off. You're like, see if there's any left in there, mate. Because I've just absolutely
enjoy my wake.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Smash. And then someone else comes on and smashes it even harder. And then even though you've had a brilliant gig, you're like, I'm so bad at this. I need to get better. Oh my God. Like, this is so.
It's never happened to me, Ali, to be honest. No, I don't think anyone. They're unfollowable.
well, okay.
I'm
We've
kidding,
got different problems. We've got.
Of course, I'm.
Are you saying you've? So you don't. All right, because I thought I was just used to dying on my ass every time.
I think this is what happens, Ali, is when you go on after me. I'm sorry, mate. We're just going to have a chat with the booker to swap us over.
Unfollow with Stella Graham. I'm not surprised. So that,
well, you'd think so. Looking at my bloody TikTok and Instagram, I am the unfollowable.
Yeah, exactly. Title yourself that. But look, but this is what, if anyone's watching this who, again, I'm no expert. All I can say is in the space of about, what would it be? About 5 months to be, about 5 months. I've gone from about 1,400 followers to 22,000.
Nice.
And you know, there's always, like with anything, there's always people younger, more successful than you. There'll be people who, I went from 100 followers to 1 million followers in 10 minutes. Let me show you how.
Yeah.
Like but that's just what I've experienced. And if anyone's watching this, wanting to try it, these are the tips I would give.
Yes, this is what I want. The Hollywood's gold. Let's have it.
But this is true, right? So what I found is production rate. We talked about it before.
Mm-hmm.
Quantity is important,
Yeah.
right? It is, and you know this because you're a comedian, it is like gigging. You know, you have those sort of comedians in inverted quotes who are like, oh, I'm gonna get up when I write some new stuff. I think like I haven't got any gigs in. Like I'm just gonna wait till I have some stuff. I'm gonna form. It's super easy to get like that with videos as well.
Mm-hmm.
To put out a video does well. I'm gonna do videos. I'm a video person. I'm smashing.
Yeah.
Whatever. This stuff's easy. Put out another video. Does okay. All right. Okay. Not as good as the first one. Fine. Put out a third video. Does pretty rubbish. You're like, I'm never doing videos again. I hate videos. It's the worst ever. You got to get over it. It's just like gigging. If you have 2 bad gigs in a row, you don't stop gigging for a month.
That's it.
As to any comedian watching this, apply the same thing to videos. I have had lots, more than I wish to mention, videos that are not great. They're average at best. They're weak. They're maybe predictable. They're not innovative enough. They're not interesting enough. I'm not acting enough. My heart's not in it. Blah, 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 blah. But it doesn't stop me from putting out a video tomorrow. And that
So what I wanted to know is like, how long are you spending on them? Because I'm guessing you do about a video a day, is it?
So I would average about 6 a week. Sometimes I do 7. But the average, I'd say, is 6. And again, this is only.
So you're doing like the sort of Craig David approach. So it's like you chilled on Sunday, just banging them out.
I wondered where that was going. It's like a lot of garage work. Then yeah. A lot of emceeing. I mean, I would love to have Craig David's career, to be fair. But yeah, chill on Sunday. But I think that's an important thing, right? You don't want to work yourself into the ground. I generally like to burn the candle at both ends. And my mate gave me this quote, which I really like, which is, yesterday's lazy cures today's crazy. If you can take a day off, you're more likely to be in a calm place to do work tomorrow. Whereas if you constantly work day after day after day after day, you're going to sell yourself mad. You're going to go crazy. So it's productive to have breaks. You've just got to be able to moderate them like everything else. So I try and have a break every week. Sometimes I'll get up and I'll think yesterday's video is rubbish, even though it's Sunday. And it is a Sunday. It is Craig David style. Don't worry about it.
Oh, there we go.
It's genuinely a Sunday. Okay, yesterday's video is rubbish. I can't leave that. I can't leave my week on that. I'll do another one. Or I wake up and maybe there's an opportunity. Like it was snowing on a Sunday. I was like, I've got to do a snowing video. We've got to get out there.
Yeah.
So stuff like that. But you got to take breaks. But production rate is important because you're just giving yourself, and again, this is my experience, you're just giving yourself as much of an opportunity to go viral. Not all your stuff's going to go viral.
When you come up with a concept, like how long is it from you get up, you think, I'm going to do a video today. Here's what it's going to be about. Film it, edit it, post it. How long is that process for you?
Yes. Sorry. Again, people say,
I'm sure it varies.
Varying. It does slightly, but I'd say an hour and a half generally from conception of the idea, sort of coming to terms with it in your head. Okay, this is what I'll do. And then shooting it, editing it. That will take an hour and a half. It will fit into that window. It normally doesn't go any longer. Sometimes they're half an hour. Sometimes it's one shot. Sometimes I just film at 6 minutes and then I have to cut it down to 30 seconds.
Right.
And that it can be quicker, but generally it will be contained in that time, which is tough for me sometimes and for people out there because I have a day job as well. So to do that at the same time,
your lunch break.
Well, I just pop a meeting in my calendar. Oh yeah, busy sourcing clients, and then I just smash out a stupid sketch. But no, but it is tough to balance, and that's where you've got to really fit into your own schedule. But that's, do you have a sort of
golden rule for length of video then? Because you said before they're like 15 seconds up to a minute.
I think if it's quality, it demands more time. Generally 15 seconds, because people, in my experience from Instagram and TikTok, people just switch off. I try and do max 30 seconds. But what I will say as well, from a lot of months of editing, and editing experience in these short videos, you can always cut more of your video.
Yeah,
People
absolutely.
want, you see the stuff that people create, it is so slick. It's like edited, do you remember, because we're sort of similar ages, do you remember the X Factor auditions of the noughties
Yes.
that were so awkward in that
Ali,
room?
I'm old enough to
And
remember Pop Idol, mate.
oh, Pop Idol, yeah. Well, but you remember it then. You
Yeah.
remember the brilliant of that editing. It was just so
Hmm.
awkward and it was so funny and it's exploitative. But I remember laughing a lot at the time.
Yeah.
And that is the standard that people are making. Like they are editing their videos with the standard of prime time television now.
Right.
You've got to be ruthless with it. If you're like, that pause is half a second long, cut the half a second. Don't worry about it. People want shorter rather than longer. People want quick cuts. They
And
want
are you
noise, noise,
editing it
noise.
in TikTok itself, or are you using something
I don't
else?
do that. I'm not experienced enough to do that. I see videos of like 15-year-olds real time editing. It's amazing, but I can't. I've not tried that yet. But I use an app called Video Leap. I'm sure there's loads of apps out there. This
Hmm.
app was recommended to me by a comedian, Horatio Gould,
Okay.
and I really recommend it. It's a paid for app. That's the only thing. The
Hmm.
funny thing is, right, you could pay for the full app. It was like 65 quid. I don't know what the prices are now, but this was a year ago. But I was like, I'm just going to pay because this was in April last year.
Hmm.
I'm just going to pay for a year-long subscription because there's no way I'm still going to be stuck indoors April 2021. So I'll have I'll have done, but just in case, I'll take up to that. And now it's like, are you going to renew your subscription? And I'm still in lockdown.
It's a
Like,
shocker, isn't it? Now that you said that, I
yeah,
probably might need to look at renewing Viva Video, which I was using for mine.
exactly,
Uh,
precisely.
we're getting up to that point where I'm going to have to ask you to shine a spotlight on a mate. But just before that, I wanted to know, obviously gigs are going to open up again soon, and your sketches and things are doing quite well. Are you going to maintain doing the sketches and stand up, or
It's
what's
something
the
that,
like the main love for you?
oh, the main love is stand-up comedy, but the main love is creating comedy. I love the thrill of doing stand-up. I don't want to be a professional online comedian because
Yeah,
I don't know whether it's traditionalist, regressive, whatever it is, but I still don't feel like that's a particularly exciting
yeah.
thing. It's
I hear
like
you. Yeah.
being a famous YouTuber. It's great for an income and if you do what you want, but for me, that's not my goal. I want there to be live work where people are coming, the bums on seats,
Yeah.
sit down, and I can just have an amazing experience with these people and kill it and just smash it. And people walking out like that's brilliant. I don't
So will
want
you
to
do
be
that?
like,
And so if stand-up's the number one love, will you keep doing the videos, do you think? And I'm not
I
going,
will
don't worry,
keep
this
doing
is
the
not
bit.
legally binding. I'm just,
No, no, no,
ideal
I
world
know. But
scenario.
it's genuinely something I don't quite have my final answer for in my head because I've been thinking of this as well. I want to get back to
Mm.
stand up. That is naturally going to take time away from sketches that I'm doing.
Hmm.
So
You'll just be
I've
there at the
got to figure out.
services on your way back from Manchester, like cramming a
Yeah,
burger and
exactly.
like,
Yeah.
guy eats a burger at the services.
Yeah, exactly. How everyone cries after a gig. Am I right? Everyone does it. So
Likes from comedians,
yes, yeah,
like.
yeah, exactly. Sharing it around the comedians' WhatsApp groups. All the punters are like, what's going on?
What comedians WhatsApp groups? Oh no, left out
Oh
again.
no,
I'm very
I'm
aware that you have another appointment to get to. This
Oh
is
no,
how
no,
in demand.
don't worry about it. Do not worry about it. Ask me more questions. It's fine. I can push back 5 minutes. It's all right. If you
How
wanted to.
how in demand you are right now. Um, everybody loves a shout out. Would you like to shine a spotlight on a mate?
You know what? Yeah. So this is my issue with the spotlight. I really
You just
love
want to
it
shine
as
it
a
on yourself, don't you,
concept.
Ali?
How dare anyone else take my spotlight,
I
Stella?
know we don't like to share.
Um, but it is really tough because I I don't know who to say, and there's a lot of I feel like
Oh,
it's like
I know what you're going to say. You don't want people to feel left out because you didn't pick them.
but it is like favoritism, isn't it? So
Come on,
I
surely
will
Snow White had to pick one dwarf once upon a time.
I will just shout out someone who oh this is tough because I genuinely
Oh,
I
come
I'm worried.
on.
All right, okay. I will just shout out someone who I know is taking it seriously and who me and him have had conversations about sketches. So if you want to check out Luke Chilton
Hmm.
on you know him on
Of course, I know Luke.
exactly.
Yes.
So he is getting into more sketches. He does longer sketches, political stuff on Facebook, which you can check out. And I've told him to get into YouTube, and we'll see how that does. So this is putting pressure on Luke as well. I've given you a shout out now, Luke. So that means you got to not let me down here. If I'm shouting you out and we've had this long conversation, how you said how you're going to work on it, and they don't say anything, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you, Luke Chilton. So that
and you'll be filming it the whole time.
Because I need content. That's why, comedian gets revenge on other comedian who he gave a shout out to. Like, subscribe. But that's a shout out, but it's also a warning. So that is what I'm going to say.
Mic drop. I hear it. Which is your favorite of the platforms then? So there's TikTok, there's Instagram, there's YouTube. Where are you finding the most joy?
I find the most joy for me on Instagram. TikTok is amazing you can put out stuff. I put out stuff with like 11 followers and it got 100,000 views one time. Other stuff I hadn't, but it was amazing. And then obviously the following went up. So it's amazing for that. At the same time, you can have 15,000 followers, which I have now on Instagram. I can put something out and it gets like hundreds of views, not many at all. So it's mad. Instagram is more loyal. It's more loyal in that if you've got certain followings, what I found, your videos will get a certain amount of views and likes as a base standard, but it's harder for stuff to blow up like it does on TikTok. So that's what I like and dislike about both of them. Instagram, I've had the most love on. Ideally, I know I said I didn't want to be a YouTuber, but full time, but I would love to explore YouTube more because YouTube is great because it has a platform for paying its creators. This is what I don't like about all the TikToks, the Instagrams, the Twitters, is that they will like having you there as a creator to bring people to the platform, but there's no model of payment. Whereas on YouTube, if you get a certain number of subscribers, I think it's 10,000, I think it's 1,000, then you will start getting paid from your advertising if you choose to use advertising on your videos. And that is
my
excellent.
Understanding from that, Ali, is that there are all these kids on TikTok making videos and not getting paid. So effectively, TikTok promotes child labor.
That's
scandalous.
Watch how I log on to TikTok next. I got 0 followers. They're watching all the time. I think people aren't watching.
You're just gonna pull the plug.
But it's true. And look, I really respect these kids. I didn't have enough motivation to create content when I was like 14, 15, the way these guys are doing. I mean, it's a different culture, different climate. Maybe they have to. There's a pressure. But
I don't know what content looked like when I was that age, Ali. You know what I mean? I was too busy smoking cigarettes and trying to get into nightclubs.
Well, exactly. We had other priorities, Exactly. These guys, they don't go clubbing. They can't. So they're just sitting there making these videos and getting 200,000 views and stuff. But I really do respect it to them. And I hope this creativity and this production rate that's happening amongst sort of school kids goes and boils over and goes into adulthood, and we have this generation of really naturally very creative and very expressive people. I think it'd be quite cool.
I hope so. It does make you wonder, like the kids of now, are they going to be the film directors of the future? Is the cinema going to be in portrait? We'll all just be looking at these like short attention span movies, one after the other.
Yeah, like the trailers, but the trailers is just the films. You've watched like 8 films in a row.
Yeah. And very often when you watch the trailers, it feels like that anyway. Just before I let you get out of here, that's right, it's a hostage situation. Would you like to tell us about where we can find you, where we can stalk you, follow you, let us know about anything you're doing?
Of course, if you're watching the YouTube on this, it is in my handle right here. But if not, if you're just listening to the podcast, it is Ali Woods Gigs, ALIWOODSGIGS. So that is Ali Woods Gigs. You'll find me on all good social media platforms. And also, I will be doing live work soon. So come down to one of my gigs, please. Ali Woods, and everywhere on the internet at Ali Woods Gigs. Mate, it's always a pleasure. It's been really nice to see you on screen, and looking forward to seeing you both on my phone, on Instagram, as you tend to, and more importantly, in real life when we get to do gigs again. Yes, I can't wait for that, Stella. And I'll be like, why didn't you put out that podcast? And you're like, it wasn't very good. yeah, I had to cut it down. God, yeah, exactly. It's only a 15-second podcast. Yeah, well, you said about short-term spans. But yeah, no, cool. Absolute pleasure. Pleasure's all mine. Thank you very much for having me on, Stella. And I too am looking forward to us gigging together again. Awesome. Thanks, Ali. Cheers. Bye-bye. Bye.